Hello everyone, welcome to Boardzy. We're glad you're here. This video is to go over what Boardzy actually is and how to use it, how to create your own board on Boardzy. So first, let's get into what Boardzy actually is. Boardzy is actually a web app that allows you to create boards in different ways. The homepage itself is actually a board, has these different boxes on them that have different functions. It has a menu of all the different boards you can toggle through. We'll get into this and how to create something like this for your own purposes, but let's first talk about all the different boards that you can create on Boardzy. And we'll do that by going to the boards library, by clicking there. And here we are in the boards library. This is where we've stored all the various kind of pre-made boards that you can look through and use as your own. All you have to do is click on one of these. It'll instantly join your account and you can tweak it, change it, adjust it from there and make it your own as you like. You might note that there's actually two different kinds of boards that we talk about on Boardzy. One, there's these things called dashboards. And these are a bit more intricate, more productivity based, and allow you to kind of like track or plan around really important and big projects like your life or your work or your school. If you're interested in creating a dashboard like this, highly recommend on the homepage taking a look at the Dashboard Your Life framework. It's actually a separate website, dashboardyourlife.com. And basically it's just kind of, it's a guide for being able to create dashboards, kind of like the ones that we looked at here, that'll help you track your life and your work and your school, things like that on a very high level. So I recommend taking a look at that if you're interested in creating a dashboard for organizing your life and such. The other types of boards are the more traditional kind of inspirational boards, as we call them. Think of Pinterest, but more flexibility in terms of how you can create them, kind of our version of that. But basically you can create boards around your travel inspiration or about your wedding and how you're planning that and kind of some visuals around that, your health and your fitness, your bookmarks, just being able to use Boardzy to create boards that inspire you in different ways or just make things more convenient for you in different ways. And there's a bunch of examples here for you to look at. So those are the two different kinds of boards. Now let's talk about actually creating those boards using Boardzy. So there are actually two ways to create a board in Boardzy, and let's talk about what those are. The first is to use the templates that we have in the boards library. So to get there, I'm going to go click on this button and it's going to take me to our library. And so I browse these and I would pick one of these to use as my own. Let's say I'm going to take this life dashboard to organize my life. I'm going to click on it, and when I do, it actually joins the account that I have currently. So along with all the other welcome boards, there's now the life dashboard. So I can do this, I can do whatever I want to this at this point. It's mine to use. I can move these boxes around, I can change the text inside of them, and I'll show you how that works soon, but just know that this is now my board on my account. The second way to create a board is to create one from scratch, and I would do that by going to this boards menu up top, and I go to this new button, and I would create my new board. So once I have that, it'll show up here. I go to it, and this is my new board. It has nothing in it because I'm making it from scratch, and that's how you build a board from scratch. Now, let me stop here to say that as you create your new board or as you change an existing template, please make sure to log in, because if you don't, we won't be able to save your work. But if you do, anytime you come here thereafter, all your work will be saved, and all your boards will be they're here waiting for you once you log in. So please do make sure to log in as you start to work on Boardzy. So let's go back to my new board, and you see that there's two different sections of the board. First, there's the board menu up top, and there's a few things you can do with each board. You can delete it, you can rename it, or you can duplicate it. Just FYI. And then there's the boards area, which is all this area down here. And what I'm going to do here is add a few boxes to this area. Everything that's within the board area are boxes, basically. So I add boxes by going to this plus mark here. I'm going to add 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I now have 4 boxes in my board area. And you can see I can move them around. I can resize them, all different shapes and sizes. And that's just basically how the boxes work. Now, in terms of these boxes, there's actually 4 different types of boxes you can create. Let me show you what those look like right here. Here are the 4 different boxes you can create. And it's based off of what the background is, whether the background is an image or the background is a color, It's also based on the action that happens when you click on one of the boxes. Either it can take you to a text editor like this one. Let me show you. Here's a text editor where I can put in a bunch of text. I can put to-do lists, I can put information, whatever I want. Or it'll open up a link like this one. This one opens up Google because I have that stored that way. So again, there's 4 different boxes you can, 4 different types of boxes you can use. So let's actually take a look at how we create those different types of boxes. I'm going to go back to my board. Here I am. So in order to create a different format for each box, I'm going to go to the box menu. And I do that by going to this little 3-dot little menu prompt here. So I'll open this up, and here you go. Here's where all the magic happens for each box and honestly, for your board in general. So again, you can, within the box background, there's 2 options you can do. You can select either option. Once you click on the option, go into this little button here. If it's color, you're going to change the color here. If it's an image, you're going to upload an image here. There you go. Now I have an image, and that's how you decide whether it's going to be a color box or an image box. Let's keep it on image for now. And then here's how you figure out what the box action is going to be. Again, you can either make it a text editor, which this one is now. You can make it so that it opens a link. Let's do that for this one. I'm going to put it quick. Let's do Google again for this one. And then it's going to open this link when I click on it. Or you can do no action at all, by the way. But I didn't include that one so far. And then once you're done with that, you can include what text goes on. So let's save this for 1 second. So I'm going to save this for now. Again, it's an image box that opens a link. Let's see what that looks like. Give it 1 second to load. Here's our image. And if I click on it, it opens Google. Perfect. Let's go back in here and add some text to it. So let's say I want to say, this is my first box. I can change the font type. I can change the size. I can change the color. Let's make it white with a pink background. Why not? Do a bunch of things there. I can bold it if I want. And then I'll save that. And I can also change the location. I can leave it in the center. Let's move it to center left. Let's do that. Center left. I'm going to hit this button, and it should display right there. Let's say I want to go back and move it center right. I can do that too. Boom. Okay, so that's what a image box that opens up a URL looks like with some text on it. We'll do one more of these, but I think you get the idea. This one, let's make this one a color. We'll make this one yellow, and this one will be, it opens the text editor this time. Let's change the text in here, or the label. We'll call this see, I got prompts here, prompting to save your work. Okay, this one's going to be a color box with text editor. And again, we'll make it look a little bit nicer. Give it a background, why not? We'll turn it white, maybe look a little bit bigger. You get the idea. We'll save it, and we'll keep this one right in the center. So this one will be a yellow box that opens a text editor. I can put a bunch of text in here, and it has this link. So you can do that for all these different types of boxes, and at the end of it all, let's go back, you can end up with something like this. Again, these different things they open text editors, they open different URLs to different sites. It's all here, and it's all based off of these 4 different types of boxes. All right, and that is how you create your own board on Boardzy. Hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you enjoyed the site. Please do check out the Dashboard Your Life framework if that's useful in creating your own dashboard. Otherwise, hope you enjoy the site. Reach out if you can help with anything, and happy board making.